Yeah, guys, I've been really bad. Flipping heck. Have I bought a new bathroom? No, not quite. I've not quite bought a new bathroom yet. We will be knocking it down though, building a new one. Stuff has been bad. Stuff's been bad, man. Like I've said this before, but like I wouldn't wish food poisoning upon my worst enemy. I'm sure you actually would wish it upon your worst enemy because you're like, fuck that guy. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it turns out I got food poisoning. And the annoying thing is I got food poisoning, and then when it kicked in, like I was bad for one day, and then the next day I woke up, I felt like I was okay. So I kind of thought I'd survived it, like you know, when it just flushed it out my system because like I'd flushed it out my system. And then yeah, I went out that night. I went to the pub, went had some food, had some drinks. Whilst my stomach was starting to still feel a bit dodgy, and like the one thing you shouldn't do is like drink alcohol when you got food poisoning. So lo and behold, I was just like running my body down even more while struggling, and then going to the toilet whilst I was at the pub. And I was like, yeah, I'm really not well. I should just like wait this out. So lo and behold, yeah, it turns out we've actually managed to pinpoint that I got the food poisoning from it's like a shawarma place. So we believe we've got it from a shawarma place because not only did me and my brother get food poisoning from there, we now know of 6 other people who have eaten from there, eaten from the same place, and got food poisoning from it. One person, in fact, actually ended up on a drip, like in hospital with a drip because they had that lack of like fluids and stuff inside them, which is absolutely crazy. So yeah, it's been a bonkers scenario. I'm just happy to be feeling better. Like I had antibiotics for the first time in my life. I know it sounds like a bit crazy, but yeah, I went on antibiotics for the first time in my life. Never thought that was going to be a case. I know a lot of people like, have you only just been on them? I've just like usually if I'm ill or even with food poisoning, I just try and flush it through my body and take like you know like Imodium, Buscopan, like paracetamol, that sort of stuff, and just try and flush it through my system. I'll feel better that way. But yeah, man, it's been brutal. Like it's been bad. So yeah, it's probably the worst. It's probably the worst food poisoning I've ever had. That's worst food poisoning. It's been the worst that's lasted like a period of time. Like I've had food poisoning before that's lasted like you know like 3 days, whereas this has lasted so long to the point where yeah, man, I was in a big overshare. Like I was passing blood through my stools. So I'd go to the toilet, and I'd look back, and I was like, oh hell no, like that's not good, you know. And I spoke to like the non-emergency 111, like, hey, I've got food poisoning. Like, I know I'm just gonna flush it through my system. I just want to make sure that's the right thing to do. Like, yeah, that's the right thing to do. But just a heads up, if you start passing blood, you need to go to A&E straight away. So I ended up in A&E for a whopping 8 hours. Right? I was 12.4, and I am now 11.9. And it goes to 14. It goes to does it in pound? Did it go to 14 stone? Yeah, but no, I say like 11 stone, 11 pound. Yeah, it goes to 14. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 5. So 5. Yeah, and then the 3. 8 pounds. Yeah, I've lost 8 pounds from shitting myself from food poisoning. So you lost 4 kg. I lost 4 kg. There you go. Yeah. So I lost that much weight. I tell you what, it's so weird, but so frustrating at the same time. Because the other day I was like, do you know what? I really want to go on like a body cleanse where I'm not like drinking loads of energy drinks and loads of coffees and stuff like that. You were literally full of shit, Tom. I was, right? I was like, oh yeah, I'd like to lose some weight. And I actually thought to myself, do you know what a pretty good way of losing weight is? You know, like these people who get like, not food poisoning, but like, you know, like do detoxes where like they just flush out the body and stuff like that. And I was like, well, it's actually probably better to get like I actually said like a tapeworm or some sort of worm that eats all your fat in your body and like you lose loads of weight. And I was like, nah, you know, probably not. And then I ended up getting food poisoning. Yeah. 3-4 pounds was probably just water weight though. Hey, I completely believe it. The thing is, I've had a haircut, and if you have a haircut, it makes you look skinnier. That's just true. A haircut can make you look like the skinniest person in the world. So, yeah, annoying. So it seems like it worked out in the end. Well, not really. I would rather have the weight still. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not like the most. But I tell you what, man, that food poisoning was bad. You put it straight back in afterwards. Well, I've been eating, but the thing is, like, I can honestly tell you right now that like when you say like you don't eat as much, your stomach shrinks a little bit. Like, I've honestly not eaten that much. That like when it comes to eating portions of food, like I've been going to eat food with like family or friends or whatever, and then the full portion of food that I would usually like eat all of it from, like I'm eating like maybe a third of it. Oh, flipping heck, man. Oh no, yeah, I'm still not 100%. Like when I go to the toilet now, I know it's like overshare, but like I don't know. Unfortunately now, like when I'm going to the bathroom, it's still not good. Like I literally like this is a recreation. I went all day. I was absolutely fine. I went to the bathroom. Right? I thought it was gonna be like, you know, maybe a bit of a small one, and it went like this. And I was like, wow. And I was in a public toilet, and I could hear the other people outside the toilet go silent and leave. Like, it was pretty bad, man. It was pretty bad. Like, shit was brutal. But like, when you think I'm being sarcastic with how it sounded, it didn't. It didn't. Tom's butties was on there. Like, no, legit. I thought it. I went to the bathroom thinking it was just gonna be casual, and then I literally just texted my sister and was like, you know, the eyes emoji like that. I just texted that, and she was like, "Is it that bad?" So yeah. But I tell you what, the best invention of the human, like the human space and race. What the fuck? The human space and race, wet wipes, flushable wet wipes for going to the toilet with. That's the one. A bidet would be great, but I tell you what, I was wiping my butt cheeks, right? My butthole, not my cheeks. Sounded weird, right? And like, why when you're going to the toilet that much, that it feels like no matter how comfy your Cushell toilet roll is, it feels like you're wiping your butt cheeks with sandpaper. It's a no-go. It's a no-go. A no-go. Like, honestly, man, that was a no-go. Like, yeah, that was brutal. But yeah, do you know what? Do you want to know an even overshare? But it's not even an overshare to me. It's just an overshare of like people who go to the toilet too much. When you actually go to the toilet too much and you stretch your butthole, right, or even the inside of your butt enough, it cuts or tears, right? Beautiful. But then the sensation of it healing is like a tingling sensation. So like the point where like, because it's healing, but it feels like it's like this unbelievably tickling sensation. It's awful. It's awful. My mum said to me, she said, "Why don't you just put some Sudocrem on your finger and shove it up your bum?" And I was just like, listen, I'd rather fight the urge of the tickle than be up in there with some Sudocrem. All right? I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. Suddenly, I don't want chili I made for lunch. Oh, man. So, yeah, like, I didn't know that was a thing of, like, a healing butthole that's damaged. But, yeah, the pain of a tickling butthole, oh, my God. Yeah, that was pretty brutal. Oh, yeah.